Alright, so today we are going to be doing the Persona 3 Reload tier list. And there were a few different templates possible, but I just decided to do just the Persona Summoners one. Ignore the ads. I was buying Bean Boozled, so they're all over the place. But yeah, today I'd like to do a tier list of my own. I've never gotten to do it, and I've been wanting to do it since ages ago, but I didn't know Metis, so I just kind of wanted to make sure I do that as well. So there are some characters that admittedly don't really show in the anime, so I'm not sure how I'm supposed to be ranking all of this. This is supposed to be a Persona users as of the answer tier list maker. So we'll try. Not sure how that works, but anyway. We're gonna start from the beginning of the chart. First of all, Akihiko is one of my, if not my favorite character. He has an incredible story. He's powerful in combat, and I think that he's overall just a freaking sweetheart, considering how he was raised and everything that he's been through. I don't think that I have any other choice than to put him into S tier. For me, he is an absolute S tier, and that will forever remain the case. Now, Junpei is a bit of a funny one for me. Considering, can I hide this? Can I get rid of ads? No, okay. Anyway, I don't have I apparently don't have an ad block or whatever. Anyhow, Junpei is he really annoys me, right? And I think my perspective on Junpei changed a little bit when I started kind of replaying Persona 3 Reload by watching Neon play, as Neon kind of is able to appreciate Junpei for who he is, kind of like how he cares about everyone, but also gets a little bit, bullied, but also has this quirky nature that isn't very accepted by everyone. So from that point of view, I can see, like, I can have a little bit of appreciation for him. But unfortunately, that doesn't really get him to change his ways, right? He still, says things that annoy me a little bit, and the way he says it, his overall demeanor. Don't get me wrong, I love the voice actor, but Junpei is, I think, purposefully made to be a little annoying, and that's why I don't know. I can't rank him anywhere else. I have to put him at C, and Actually, I have to put him at B, because he is very powerful in combat. Little annoying brother syndrome. Not as much as a little annoying brother. He's more like a big bro, right? But he's more of a, he's a dude bro, right? He's always, he does have his, like, gentle side, and is definitely, a complex character. He's not like a single layered, and he has his own story, and he has a good character development, and his ultimate persona is very strong. So I'm talking about both personality and combat. I'm very biased for Akihiko. His ultimate persona is not that powerful. He's not as much of a hitting machine as Junpei is when he's leveled up and everything. But, I can't. I love Akihiko, and Junpei is just not my thing, so I'll put him at B just because of how powerful he is at combat. Mitsuru, I'm sorry, she's the absolute queen of everything. She can step on me any day, and I have no other choice than to put her at S tier. In combat, she's alright, and she does get to learn things like Diamond Dust, which is amazing. Her ultimate deals massive almighty damage, and also has a chance of debuffing opponents, which is quite useful. I use her in my endgame speedrunning party, so yeah, definitely to be stepped on. No, she's amazing. I love her to bits, and I don't think I can rank her as anything lower than an S. I'm sorry, she's an absolute queen. Yukari, I'm gonna put her an A, first of all because she's not as powerful of a healer and combat and whatnot, and she has a little bit of an annoying personality, for me at least. She's too much of a girl power character for me, has a good story and everything, but she's, you know, sometimes she gets like her whole story revolves around, you know, her becoming really independent, being able to do all these things, stand up for herself, fix relationships with, you know, with her mom and whatnot. And I get that. She's a good character, but there's just something about her that irks me. She's definitely not as annoying for me as Junpei, but she's not as much of a queen as Mitsuru. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. Let's see. Main character, like, you want to put him S tier, but I don't know, like, I'm never a fan of putting main characters as S tiers. I'm gonna put him in A just because it's, you know, it's me, it's us, and, you know, we're somewhat of a hero, and we have to put him, you know, put him somewhere up high, but, you know, it doesn't have that much of a personality for us to be able to judge him. Of course, his final actions speak quite a bit about him, but I think that it's important to, I don't know, to recognize characters who are actually developed. Sure, we have, you know, we have all these ultimate personas, and, you know, we save the world and whatnot, spoilers, but I think that I don't think that we're worthy of Mitsuru or Akihiko in my case. Simon, welcome in, what's up? For all these people don't remember them in Reload, well, we're about to. There are some of these who I can't rank properly because in Reload these people are not existent, so I don't know if I can like kick them out of it. I don't know if it's possible. I don't think so. I think this is just a template, but there are some that are not in Reload, not to my knowledge, and I can just like leave them on the side. So Elizabeth, she's absolute queen. I'm sorry, S tier for Elizabeth. She is they're kicked well enough, right? Sorry, Elizabeth is absolute queen. Her dialogue for, you know, for when dating her and whatnot is absolute god tier. She's amazing, much more powerful than we give her credit for, and she's badass. She takes all our money and spends it on God knows what, gives us only a little bit of money in return, and then, you know, expects us to pay for all the companion shit. She's god tier. If you put her anywhere below, you're cursed. You can't. You just can't. So I can't rank, this is just my personal tier list, I can't rank the female character because I've never gotten to play it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but he is Theodore, right? Is that his name? He's the brother, and I haven't played the games where he shows up just yet, so I don't know anything about him. In all my good conscience, I have to skip him because I don't know where to put him. So we're gonna continue with Metis. I'm sorry, I absolutely am fucking annoyed by Metis, more so than Junpei. She is, I don't know, one of my disappointments when it comes to the answer, and I just, as much as I understand where they were going with her character, you know, her little whiny attitude and clinginess and just kind of a sick, twisted, almost urge to protect Aegis at all costs, is just continuing to annoy me. I'm sorry, I don't like her. I have a strong opinion about Metis. I did not enjoy her dialogue, did not enjoy how half of her abilities depend on whether she is whether she can how do I say this, whether I guess passes the turn to her, or whether she puts her I don't know, whether she gives the turn to Aegis or whatever. I can't deal with Metis in any capacity. Mitsuru in S tier is the correct choice. There's no arguing about that. Now this little lady, she is definitely a spoiler. I love Chidori with all my heart. I think she's a complex character. I did get a little bit annoyed with her, you know, with some of her choices. I think that she could have made much better choices much earlier on that ultimately wouldn't cost her spoilies, you know, her existence. And I would have loved to see her being more receptive and even more kind to Junpei, which is I don't know. I'm a little conflicted. I think I think I'm a little conflicted when it comes to her, because I don't like Junpei very much, but I also didn't like how she was treating him at the beginning, even though she had obviously a lot of trauma, a ton of walls and everything. I just, I can't put her in S tier because, some of the most badass characters, in my opinion, are in S tier, and I just have to put her in a. Imagine making Metas even worse. I mean, Metas, I don't know, she was just annoying to me. I was just not very happy with how her character was. This was my first time that I ever, was introduced to her, and I don't know, I just didn't like her. Didn't like her one bit. Giving money back will not help you, comment on me, just like keeping them for yourself. Just puts it into circulation, food, shrines, water, magic. Well, that's true. But still, it's my money and I like it. Now, Jin, I never really had a good opinion about Jin. Like, Jin is just, sure, he's a tech guy, and he has like a little bit of character development here and there. But I'm gonna be kind of biased here, and I fucking hate him, okay? If we're honest, I have a personal grudge against him because of the speedruns. I'm gonna put him into D, and I'm gonna be very harsh, because he is the reason why when you have that RNG in the pre-hanged fight with Jin and Takaya, you have to restart the fight like 1,000 times if you don't get to kill him. He's not as strong in the final fight, but in the pre-hanged fight, he is fucking awful. Like, he is just so annoying. I cannot stand the RNG of that fight, because he's not meant to be. He is not meant to be this badass character. I'm gonna zoom this in and get rid of the ads like that. Sorry about the annoyance. There we go. He is. Well, now we have a bigger ad here. Oh. Okay, let me fix that. I'm gonna do it like this. Yes, perfect. Perfect. There we go. Sorry about that. Anyway, it was annoying me. I hate him. I hate that fight, and he actually, the way you set up the party in the speedrun, if he happens to be alive after turn 1, he just completely fucks you up, and there's very, very little chance that you're gonna finish that fight and do the correct setup. So just because of his annoying mechanics and, in my opinion, kind of a bland character development, I'm putting him under Metis even. Rachno, welcome in. How are you doing? I'm today, just as a reminder, I'm doing the Persona 3 Reload character tier list as a redeem for the Mike goal milestone. So thank you guys for that. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And I guess you'll see what the next one is when we're done with the tier list. Anywho, not a fan of him. Okay. How do I even name him without without spoilers? Ryuji, he's an alright character. Like, I really like the whole final sequence, final boss movement, but like the way he is and the way he's just like comes in and gives you this impossible choice and whatnot, and how he treats I guess girls at school, and how he's just like I don't know, like I'm not a huge fan of his character. I think that speaking about final sequence of the game, the final boss of the game and whatnot is a story in itself, and I can't rank them in the same way. He is the whole problem, but he's just like, I don't hate him, because I think that it was still a really cool idea to introduce him into the story as essentially as a student, and just have him hang out with us a little bit, bond with us a little bit. I thought that sort of character development was really cool, but I think that I think that he had no business trying to destroy the world anyway. So I'm just gonna rank him as B. Maybe it's unfair to Junpei, you know, now that I think about it, maybe it is unfair, but I don't hate him. I think that there are some good sides to his character. We never play Fest, then everyone. Sure, it will be a lot more annoying. Wait, why? Why is that? Okay. Let's see. Wait, we have some there's something really weird here. There's Persona 5 characters as well. I don't know, like, this template is a little weird, but we'll use it anyway. I don't know why he's here. Maybe it's because of... I think I know. It's because of the answer, right? I'm not gonna rank him just because of the, you know, the whole answer thing. Now, Shinji, absolute tier A. Obviously, I'm not I don't know, like, I'm between, like, tier A and tier S. He's probably in tier A just because we don't get to, you know, fully meet him as much. But he is, for me, in speedruns, and especially in the Hermit fight, he is godlike. Like, his Heat Wave, Bloody Charge, and his other abilities, they are just absolute god tier. And his, like, his ultimate, Theurgy, whatever, he's good. Yeah, he's a super boss, that's why they put him in there, but I'm not gonna, you know, rank him as a part of the story or anything. It's not, I don't know, it's not fair to the other characters, so I'll just leave those under. So Shinji for me is tier A. I love the whole story, and, you know, when his chapter came to a close and whatnot, I cried like a fucking river. It really hit me hard, and I really loved, you know, how he looked after, you know, Ken and Akihiko and everyone. And I don't know, I just think he's a really good character unfortunately with a tragic story. Now you're gonna recognize a little bit of a pattern here. Ken, I'm gonna put him as rank C, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck, you know, he has one of the best Theurgies in the game, but I'm also combining his personality as well. I lost a lot of respect for him after, you know, after everything that happened with Shinji, and I understand that he was in pain, that he was hurting and whatnot, but I remember feeling this unease, right, when he started kind of retreating and, you know, kind of not wanting to communicate with us that much, and like the way his story was going, he just gave me a little bit of anxiety, because I thought that he was gonna, I don't know, betray us. I wanted to get kind of, you know, closer to him as a character, but I felt like I couldn't because he was hurting, and I was just, you know, I was just kind of, you know, upset that we are having this really hard time repairing a relationship with this, you know, with this child essentially, who is just refusing to listen. The only reason why he's not tier D, like, I'm not impressed by his personality at all. He's not a tier D because of the basically divine intervention. I think it's a fantastic Theurgy. He's very strong and he helps in combat a lot, so that earned him a C instead of a D. But yeah, I'm not impressed by him at all. Takaya, okay, so he's I'm sorry, he's annoying, and his philosophies are annoying, and obviously I can't put him in the S tier, even though when it comes to, you know, abilities and combat and everything, he deserves to be up there, but he's just a fucking menace in combat, so he's annoying to fight. And even though he is our P3R Jesus, essentially, I don't know, he irks me. I think his demeanor in this particular part of the fight, where he casts, I can't remember the name of the spell, but it's almost at the very end of the game. Basically, he casts this, like, almighty damage, and he goes like, ha ha ha, and, like, shoots her. There's just something really upsetting for me about this cutscene, and I know that my ranking might, you know, not make sense at all, but, you know, every time he appears in a cutscene and he laughs and, you know, says really weird, awful things, it's just, I don't know, it's not attractive at all as a character trait. He's powerful, and I don't know, in a way, I wish we had him on our side, because we would have beat Nyx's ass a lot sooner. And I kind of you know, wanted him to have a little bit more of a redemption moment at the end, but you know, the story just doesn't really work that way. So yeah, he's tier B. He's, you know, somewhere ranked between, yeah, I think it's correct to rank him, for me at least, next to Junpei. I'm still not really sure about Ryuji there, but it is what it is. Koromaru, sorry, he's a dog. He's an absolute S tier. His abilities might not be, you know, perfect, and his theurgies might not be perfect, but he does have debilitate. He's a dog. He barfs. He whines when he's sad, and in the answer, he is a fucking joy to witness. With the way he, you know, every time we go into a separate door, he whines and cries for us and everything. He's, you know, I can't. It's a sin. It's an absolute sin to not put Koromaru into an S tier. Sorry, he's Dogo. In my book, he will always be S tier. I guess I'm gonna put her into A. She's a fantastic character. I love how she's full of, you know, this bloodlust and rage, and I love how she's canon and how she basically delivers that ending of the game that just completely wrecks me. I love her role in the answer, and you know how determined she is to find us and everything. I love it to bits. But I think that she's not as powerful in combat that she should have been made out to be. So she has some yeah, that's the quote. The time has come, right? That's the particular cutscene that annoys me for some reason. I feel like she has, you know, obviously, you know, Primal Force, Akashi Arts, like all of these, you know, spells, abilities, they're all right, but I feel like her, you know, her theurgy should have been more powerful. And I don't understand why she feels so underwhelming. Maybe in speedruns she feels a bit underwhelming, and I forgot that she can, you know, play a more vital role in combat. I also don't like the combat interaction in the answer with her and with Metis, like how some abilities depend on one another because, you know, sisters and all. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. So I just don't I don't rank her higher, but I think she's precious. I loved, you know, the fact that I dated her at the end of Reload. You know, she completely stole my heart, and she has an amazing cutscene at the end of her, you know, her romance. I'm not gonna spoil it, but if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth romancing her. Lastly, Fuka. Okay, so she's not. She doesn't annoy me in particular. She's very useful, obviously, because of in speedruns, obviously because of the Tartarus skip. You get to do a lot of things because she levels up. But I didn't really like her social link. Never finished her, and holy shit, do I spend too much time with her alone. It's like at this point, you know, I go to Tartarus, and you know, I know when she's gonna sneeze, when she's gonna, you know, complain about how she's feeling guilty because she's in a safe, secluded area, and you know, we're out there in danger, and you know, her voice sometimes it's just like, okay, like I would, you know, it's the two of us, and I would just like some peace and quiet. So if you disagree with this, do know that apart from the story, I'm also rating them based on combat and based on my interactions with them or against them in speedruns as well. So my tier list is completely biased, but this is how I feel about them. I'm not gonna include these because I haven't played the other personas, and even though he is a super boss, spoilies, super boss in the answers, he's not a part of the Persona 3 Reload story. These are the, you know, the Persona users, so I want to keep the rank at this one, and let me know how you feel. I want to hear how, you know, how you would rank them, if you particularly agree or disagree with some of these. And again, thank you so much for allowing me or getting me to do this tier list. This was one of my milestone redeems for the mic fund. My mic is on its last legs, so I really appreciate the help with that.